Hello and welcome to Cyber Bytes, a short look into the experiences from our cyber assessments team, discussing missed or perhaps misunderstood common recommended improvements, providing advice and guidance around why they can bring value to your business.
Hello, welcome to Cyber Bytes. I'm Matt Helling.
I'm Adam Luca.
So Adam, today we're going to talk about vulnerability management. It's got a bit of a name in the market, So if you could just explain what it is and maybe some of the problems customers are seeing.
So vulnerability management is one of those things that organizations are doing much more commonly now. I think it's moved out of that realm of like mature organizations into pretty common, I would say. I think that's driven by things like Cyber Essentials Plus and the requirement to do vulnerability management as part of that standard.
Sure.
Also, I guess the amount of press that's come out there from things like WannaCry and similar style of Windows, very common vulnerabilities hitting large organizations. I think the problem with vulnerability management is it's quite easy to implement, but it's hard to get value out of. And again, a little bit like we spoke on one of the episodes about software asset management, and that was quite similar, where the technology is not that hard. You can buy it, you can deploy it, it's not that bad. But the hard bit is the people and process. So with vulnerability management, the first thing you've got to do is set those scans up and make sure that you're scanning the right assets, that you're bringing the right data into the platform, number one. Number two, you've then got to prioritize that information. So you've got to actually understand, okay, well, what's important amongst all of this noise that's going to come out every month? And then number three, how do I get that data, actionable data, to the people that matter? Those operations folks that are going to actually patch it.
And do you think a lot of companies are doing it nowadays to tick a box and they actually manage to obtain value from it?
I think it varies. I think one of the things that's really common is organizations are very good at chasing down the criticals, maybe, because that's the thing that everyone looks at and goes, okay, we need to patch our criticals in, say, 30 days.
Is that not the best way to do it?
It is, but you leave a lot on the table if you're only doing the criticals.
Yeah,
because you've still got the highs, you've still got the mediums, you've still got the lows. And actually, yes, they are less important, but they're always the ones that then come back every month. And you're kind of never getting rid of that technical debt, because actually all you're ever doing is chasing those new criticals that come in every month. And while that might help you manage the most obvious, the most common cyber risk someone's going to own you via a critical remote code execution, you're potentially still not getting rid of those things that a more sophisticated threat actor could still leverage to take advantage of something on your system.
That makes sense. But in reality, customers are going to struggle to address all of them. Because when you first run a scan, you get a big report with tons and tons of vulnerabilities in it.
100%. But I think there is the criticality of the vulnerability that's important. But secondly, there is the importance of the asset. And that's the bit that customers aren't always doing, because they're just getting the standard data out and it's saying across all of these assets, here's your criticals. But actually what becomes particularly important is, well, actually a critical vulnerability on every asset's important, But a high vulnerability that's on a public facing or on a particularly important server to you might be as important as a critical in that scenario.
That makes sense.
So actually bringing that modification in of the importance of the asset is really relevant. The last thing that I think a lot of customers could do to help them filter that data is the likelihood of exploitation. So understanding what that threat landscape looks like for that organization and being able to identify what are the common attack techniques leveraged by threat actors that are attacking my sector, that are attacking my business specifically. So again, making that data more actionable.
Great, that's brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to Cyber Bytes. I hope you enjoyed.